You're welcome to this call, live call with Dr. Oke, Overflow Live. The Overflow channel, we'll have Overflow channel the on YouTube, the Overflow Live with Dr. Oke that has been on for some months. But this is the first live we're having on social media. You're welcome to the live session today. I'm thrilled to have you. A kickoff of a series that is to come, some conversation we'll have. For those who are seeing this for the first time, on the Overflow channel, we have various topics that we have treated. What we try to do is to bring to surface some issues that will help us enjoy our life and live a better life. I have to look to be sure all the platforms are getting me. I'm not sure which is not connected at this time, but I think Instagram is not up, just to be sure nobody is left out in it. Okay, so for 2025 is going to be a beautiful year. We know so, because our path is meant to shine brighter and brighter unto a glorious day as believers that we are, if you're a Christian. And so I want to look at, in this episode, this life, we're looking at the growth that feedback brings to us, the growth that feedback can give to us as individuals. And we're looking at the conversation to build on what we've seen in 2024, how we can build capacity from the lessons we learned in 2024. So we can do better in 2025. So the feedback we got from 2024 will help us do better in 2025. So feedback is we all know what feedback is. Feedback is a good thing. However, because it makes us vulnerable, makes us feel small, make us feel naked and exposed, most people don't like feedback. But today we're going to take our time to look at the growth that we can get if we're patient enough, if we're ready to sit down and see what feedback can do for us. And in doing that, we're going to look at the acronym for the word feedback. Actually, I want to call it feed forward, not feedback. But it feedback really because you're looking back at what had happened to see what can take you forward. So it's a feedback that feeds you forward, if we can say that. And so we're looking at feedback, FEEDBACK. And each of the letter is going to give us what we stand to benefit from feedback. And if you have not shared the link, I will encourage you to share the link at this time so that we can get more people on board. And this, because it's going to be a very impactful one we're having today. All right, so let's unpack what feedback is. I would say feedback is a gift. If unwrapped properly, if you receive feedback and you unwrap it properly, it's meant to be a gift to make you do better. Even in organizations where you work, you have things like appraisal that is done quarterly, yearly, in whatever form. Some yearly, it can be quarterly. All it just tries to do is to kind of spotlight to you what you're doing and help you see the places of weakness where you can grow, what you can improve on and do better in it. That's what it tries to do for you. So feedback is not a bad thing. So each of the letter, we're going to look at it and see what we can learn from that. And the first letter that we'll have from feedback is F, which is foster. But I would like to say that we're going to use the story of Peter in the Bible to drive home the point of what feedback can do for us if we're open to growth, if we're open to accept what feedback is meant to do for us. And we know the story of Peter. He denied Jesus. That's a popular thing that they say about him. He denied Jesus 3 times. When the cock crew, he denied Jesus. And after then, he repented, and Peter did a great job after then because he received good. So we're going to take that along and look at what we're doing. So the first thing we'll look at is foster. Feedback foster culture of personal growth, because if you're ready, if you're open to receive feedback, positive feedback in a way, you will be able to see the areas of weakness where you're not doing well and plan to improve on that, which is what this call is about. For us to look at what our life was in 2024, what are the things that happened in our life? Are there things we need to improve on so we can work on those areas? I just want to make sure we are all here. So each letter, like I said, we're going to look at each letter, and the first letter is Foster, which is can give you like a culture of personal growth and continuous improvement if we're ready to look at it. So I'll ask you to reflect on 2024. What is it that happened in 2024 in your life that you feel can be better in 2025, going forward in 2025? If we look at the life of Peter's denial was a moment of failure. Just like every one of us will have moments when we're down, and we'll just try to get ourselves up, encourage ourselves, and move on. While some may not be able to do that without a push, without someone nudging them to go on. But you're not meant to sit back when you fall, if there's any reason for you to fall or you get down. So Peter's response, Jesus' response to Peter fostered a culture of growth and restoration for him, because after resurrection, Jesus gently restored Peter. You remember when he asked him, Peter, do you love me? And Peter was getting irritated when he asked, do you love me? Yes, I love you. Well, Peter, do you love me? And he said, yes. He said, feed my sheep. So Jesus commanded him to go on and feed the sheep. This environment created like a safe place for Peter to begin to reflect, to learn, and move on with his life. So after that his experience, he learned. He grew up, he learned, and was able to pursue purpose and did all the great work that he did after the death of Jesus. So we can see from that if feedback is properly received, it can deliver to us care. It can deliver to us growth in certain area of our life, especially where it's concerned, even when we have made mistakes. So it will encourage us to try and move on with renewed strength and do better after then, just like Peter did. So I have a reflective question for you here. What happened in 2025 that created a safe space for you, or didn't create safe space for you to grow, just like Peter did? You can share your thoughts in the comment section. Let's see what happened to you in 2024. You're welcome. I can see people joining in. Nice to have you. So take out time and just think about it in 2024. Is there anything that happened and you felt vulnerable? You didn't have the safe space like Jesus did for Peter to grow. Is there something like that happened for you? You can get better with that in 2025. And the next word for feedback, we've done F, which is foster. Foster a safe environment for you to be able to forge ahead. We'll have engagement. Feedback can boost personal engagement because you have opportunity to look at things that you didn't do well, to look at area of weakness and what you didn't do well. So you can put your effort into recognizable activities where you can put in value and do better for yourself. And so it can help you engage in it. So if we reflect in 2024 in it, what are the things that need extra attention in our life? What are those things that we need to do better in? Feedback will enable us to engage in those things and have them better. We can acknowledge potential where we have possible motivation. Like for Peter, Jesus helped him to get him back on his feet. So if you have potential to achieve anything that you're doing, and you see that there's some sort of weakness or anything in it, you'll be able to give it the necessary attention by engaging in it and do better with it. So for Peter, after being restored, Peter became deeply engaged in his mission work. He was ready to fuel his passion, pursue the passion, whatever it is that he needed to do, just because he was back on his feet. So he did better in his work because of that. So for us in our work, is he as a career person? Is he as a mother? Is it as a wife? Whatever job you're doing, if you're able to sit back and look at the things you have done in 2029, you'll be able to engage yourself and do better in it. So you engage in it. If we say we should take a poll at this point and engage and see, in 2024, did you have areas where you had constructive feedback? Did you look for it? Did you seek for feedback? Or did you get feedback without requesting for? Because we'll have some people who are really good at that. They give you feedback that you didn't ask for. Some are delivered right, some are not delivered right. But in whatever way it comes, we can find joy in receiving feedback. That's what this is about. So take out time and think about it. What are the environments that you're working in? What can you do differently? If you have people who give genuine feedback, if you're someone who is big on growth, you will want to hear from those people what it feels like. Did I do well in this? What can I improve on? You engage in it, and you can do better. Okay. So what feedback help you? You can put that in the comment section. What feedback help you feel more connected to your personal goal in 2024? If you have goals, what are those feedback that made you do better in 2024? And the next E you have for feedback, we've done F, we've done E. The other E is empowerment. So feedback empower you by providing clarity and direction for you. Is there anything that you're doing that if you don't have feedback, the way feedback runs is it tells you your progress, what you're doing. So if you have that, it can tell you, okay, I can continue on this path I'm on, or I should change from this path. I should do better, or I should double my effort, or I should slow down. That's what feedback does for you. So it empowers you, it provides you with clarity of direction for you to know what to do. If we look at the story of Peter that we're using to run this, Peter's failure, could have left him disqualified. It could have made him feel small because of what he had done, knowing that he had denied Jesus. Even little maid that told him, I know you, and he just said, no, no be me, I'm not the one. He denied. He could have felt so, but Jesus entrusted him with the charge when he told him, feed my sheep, signaling that Peter's capacity to grow was seen by Jesus, was magnified for him, and Peter stepped into that to be the leader that he was actually called to be. So if we don't shy away from taking correction, if we don't shy away from reviewing how we're doing, what we're doing, if we're doing well, then we can experience growth in what we're doing. So it empowers us, it will broaden our capacity, extend our borders, and be able to do better. So empowering feedback highlights our potential and give us the confidence that we need for us to move to the next level of growth in what we're doing, because it will help us take meaningful action. And so we shouldn't shy away from that. Can we recall any time when feedback had helped us in 2024 to tackle a situation where instead of shrinking back, we came forward, which is the feed forward I was saying? You got the feedback and you came forward. You can share your story also in the comment section. So you can go back and just stop, take some time and think about this and write. The next word we're going to look at there is development. Feedback is roadmap for personal growth and development. What habits and skills do for us is it enhances our capacity to do things. So if you have feedback and you're able to know the areas where you're weak, areas where you need more attention, you'll be able to grow and do better. So we can say feedback would help us to honor our skills, redefine things that we know we're not doing well, help us focus on the things that we need to give attention to. And those areas, we will now focus on them going forward, which is the feed forward in 2025, and we'll do better. Through the process of failing, receiving feedback, and honing our skills and trying to work on it, we get better. Peter, for instance, he got feedback from Jesus There was a Jesus movie. When you watch the movie, you see that the third time when Peter denied Jesus, he locked glance with Jesus. At that time, it was as if he just received the feedback of all, and Peter went crying and really crying and feeling bad about what he had done. So because he received the feedback, he was able to move past his fears and went on to do great things. So he proclaimed the gospel, did all that because he moved past that. In 2024, for you, are there times when you had to, push past your fear? Just push past your fear to be able to push to the area you want to be in. That is growth. There's a saying where they say that do it afraid. I think Joyce Meyer was the one that made that popular. She said, just go on, do it afraid. So it means fear shouldn't hold you down in what you want to do. You should push past that and do it afraid. Just go on and do it afraid. All right, so you can share your skill. You can continue to hone your skill in what you're doing, whatever you're doing, because of the feedback that you have received.